Whoa, why is it so small? Should've just kept it like that. Made everyone squint. Oh yeah, what a cool matchup. The colors look a little different than the, whenever I watch this on, Game Versus. This is, a-cho. Looks like it's a little loud. Actually, that was probably the right volume. No downside to parrying that. It's important to be ready to shift to block. A lot of Akumas try and rush in after doing a red fireball, and you can dodge mix-ups just by blocking the fireball. It's not like Akuma can hit you with a fast overhead if he's on the ground, or a fast low if he's in the air. Although technically speaking, he does have a low from the air and an overhead from the ground. A lot of very bad Akuma players do certain knockdowns into meaty red fireball into demon flip slide. Very common among beginners. Interesting normal right there. Staying strong. You don't see that very often. He's using it quite a lot. Nice little confirm. Yeah, see how he blocked a couple hits and then shifted to, or he parried a couple hits and shifted to block. Whew! That. Phew. You can counter hit Necro's buttons, but it's kind of a bad idea. You don't really need to. That was cool. Necro's not like a crazy hard opponent for most characters. And he, if you try and just whiff buttons to whiff punish him, or rather to counter poke him, to hit his attacks coming in, it opens you up to him hitting buttons to punish those normals that you're whiffing. You got more of a chance of him reacting. Whoa! What a bad punish. So something very interesting happens with that super. It actually doesn't knock you over. It resets you if it hits you midair. Which almost every single normal, I mean almost every single special and super in this entire game causes a knockdown on midair connect. That one causes an air reset. Don't ask me why. Not bad, not bad. Suddenly didn't have a super, so she didn't have an amazing punish. Very good. Ooh, sneaky. You briefly throw me and I'll make up. That was a really risky sweep. He was trying to catch her hitting an air button. He was trying to catch her with the trip card. But she could have blocked that or parried it and then super punished him, regardless of which one she did. Akuma can technically make his sweep safe with a Raging Demon, but Raging Demon doesn't have that much invincibility in this game. Timing it is not like timing an Ultra Raging Demon in Street Fighter 4. It's also harder to do on a quick input. That's not really an issue for a sweep though. Ooh. I think throwing fireballs actually builds no meter at all until they connect with the opponent. So that red fireball did nothing. Didn't even build in bar. He just misinterpreted the lack of quick stand. Nice. Akuma's trying hard not to get supered right now. This is a pretty good Akuma player. This is like decent footage. I'm always worried if it's a-cho footage instead of Game Versus footage that it'll be like lower quality. But these are good players. We've seen decent character variety already too. You don't see Necros that often, you don't see Akumas almost ever. Necro's a unique playstyle as a car throw. Akuma's, oh, I think she got him. Akuma's, a lot of would-be Akuma players play Ken. Or Ryu. Hi, how about that shitstorm? You see it? Over, over freaks only. It was hard because everyone was expecting me to intervene and saying Beth has the final word and shit like that. But like, I didn't care. I know you saw it because I actually heard from you. But I just wanted to say, what? That's why people don't do that? Akuma's hard DP is quite fast. I think it has either 2 or 3 frame startup. It's actually the fastest of the 3. Medium is 1 frame slower, and light is 1 frame slower than that. Akuma's hard DP is the only meterless invincible thing in the whole game. It's not even Akuma's best reversal. His best reversal is probably reversal Demon Flip or reversal Teleport. Oof.
Prepare to strike. Now.
That probably could have been a cross-up Tatsu if you wanted. I think Akuma has a decent cross-up Tatsu in this game. It's better than Ryu's, but worse than Kenzie X. Phew. Good shit, good shit. Gay macho. I'm gonna call it that from now on. Early jump hard kick. That's safe, I think. I don't know, certain characters might be able to punish it, or okay. Or is situationally really good or really awful at punishing things. It's possible. If the opponent's standing, you need a literal perfect frame universal overhead into a perfectly timed stand strong. So it's basically like hitting 2 1 frame links. Universal overhead into medium kick is easier because medium kick starts a frame faster. Izzo was surprisingly... I feel like most people didn't really give a shit. I feel like it was Dime and Izzo. Dime's my boy. Izzo's also my boy. Uh-oh. Dime has a more full-time job of being my boy, though. Necro definitely could have stunned Akuma there fairly easily. He did the wrong punish. I still kind of like Necro. That might be a punish. Yeah, good shit.
Final round. Engage.
That crouch fierce was well timed to beat an early Necro normal, but Necro did an empty jump. I think this matchup is a little bad for Necro. I don't think it's like horrible. Necro's usually okay against Shadows. Oof. Gah. If he held that, it would have been okay. Forced Akuma to go for a bunch of parries. What's the Akuma player? Ni how you?
Are you ready? Go.
Someone came in once and explained what the hell that's supposed to mean. I recognize the Nihao in the center there. It's a variation on Nihao. Dime hasn't really taken a super lot of... Nice. Don't think there was a juggle there, but there might have been. In certain... Oh no! She didn't super. That was deliberate. Didn't want to burn the bar. This is... a single jumping combo will actually just kill Akuma instantly. Even though forward into super is going to almost kill Akuma. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that was risky. Anti-air hard DP. Nah, he had super. He could have super cancelled. This Akuma's playing hard and loose with hard DP, man. That special move kind of sucks. It does do good damage, but in all the ways that it can fail, it's very stressful using it. No super. That was like objectively a good time to use the super. Damn. I had streams like that when I was just starting. That looked good. That was some nice obnoxious air Tatsu pressure. Yeah, Necro has to stay very grounded in this matchup. Hard to punish that. He probably could have done it though. He was timid. He wanted to play it safe. He could have at least stand fierce that. Or crouch fierce or whatever. Necro has at least some button that will chase that down fairly easily. Even if you're not going to go for like a super good punish. Nice. The Electric Snake does an ass ton of dizzy, which is quite nice in this matchup. It does about half of Akuma's dizzy bar in one super. And with the right combo into it, you can get about 80% of Akuma's dizzy bar or more if you spend multiple supers. Necro has some touch of dizzies on Akuma, but most of them are impractical. Or expensive. Most of them are a little impractical and very expensive. Stand fierce. Oof. Oh, that could have been a lot worse. Shameless. This could get turned around. It didn't. If he parried that, he actually could have killed him.
Final round. Now.
Alright, good start. This is where Necro shines. Oh, never mind. Looks good. Yeah. Ooh, 2? Oh, good shit. Necro could not quick stand there. Last thing that knocked him over was a super. It's cool idea. This could... it was a failed TC, I think. He wanted back short into strong into super. But he accidentally got back short into nothing. Or stand short into nothing. I think that's back short, right? Good lord. That was such a good opportunity. He had a couple chances to win. You gotta seize every opportunity against Akuma. Akuma's quite good against most of the cast in terms of just raw, like, how he performs in neutral versus how they perform in neutral. He, like, beats most characters. But when you factor in the health, it suddenly evens out very quickly. Akuma bleeds, like, really badly. My, Tengu Stone combos do about 80% of Akuma's health from a jump in, and like 70% without the jump.
Are you ready? Go.
It's weird. Drills are like a weird place. Drills are already kind of abnormally hard to punish. Making them recover faster would be like, I don't know, quite good. That was weird. Some weird little setup. He'd already thrown. That was really hard to live through.
You win.
This Akuma player is mad good. My only beef with him is he's playing pretty hard and loose. It's pretty risky. But it's been working out for him a lot. He's making a lot of hard reads for an Akuma. Akuma doesn't need to play super risky. Yeah, they could do it like that. Empty jump, he was trying to parry a flash kick. Ooh. No combo there. He was way too far from the corner. I'm not even sure if you can get a combo from a super on a grounded opponent as Akuma. You might need it on after like a DP or something like that, or on a slightly mid-air opponent. You don't have that much time to do it. Got him. That did quite a lot. That's not a very strong super. You turn around to be parried the other way. Ooh. That's good. That should have been cancelled to super. He might be dead. Yeah, very hard not to die there. I think the initial fireball and first hit of the super hit on the same frame. Because one of them was really meaty.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Hi. That was a car throw. Akuma makes a noise on the first frame of his towards strong. So if you hear that noise during his throw, it's a car throw. He was at a range where a normal throw would have worked, but it was a car throw. Oof. You're never out of the match against Akuma, that's a nice thing about him. Unless he gets certain knockdowns, then you actually are. But like if you're at like 20% health and he's at like 70, you can still very easily come back as almost every character. With the way that parries work and the way that Akuma's health is. Oh, that was such a good job. He could have flash kicked. I wonder if he didn't have charge or if he just chose to dash instead of flash kicking. Okay. Those are occasionally good. This is just 1v1. I don't know what's going on. Nice parry, nice punish. Punish could have been a little meaner. But the parry was good anyway. Curious. That's like a 100% safe super, so whatever. Anti-air low. Nice! Good angle. He recognized it. If that whiffed, Akuma could have quick stood and punished maybe. Jump strong, I think. There's something really good about that normal, but I forget what it is. It might be that it's active for the entire... What? Man just fucking did a jump in KKZ. Yeah, jumping out is pretty difficult. It doesn't really get you. You still have to parry. Very nice. Akuma's sitting on the edge of a 10-win streak. Not a punish. You got reversal. I'm guessing that Remy doesn't have anything to punish there. I mean, he has some nice anti-air options in that context. Say medium kick is actually one of them, but it didn't work that time. Yeah, that was the one I was going to recommend. The TC. Jab short. Yeah, that KKZ kind of hurt him a bit. That was kind of dumb. That was kind of a dumb thing to do. I don't know who the hell the players are.
Are you ready? Go.
Both Remy's are now picking Super 2. Curious. Good old fucking Street Fighter 2 match right here. That was a short. Remy's got like a random TC somewhere that no one ever uses. People don't even use his jab short one. But he's got forward roundhouse, I think, as a TC. Nice. That is a 2-frame link more if they're crouching, and I think Remy is crouching for the recovery of that move. That sure looked like a crouching Remy. It's like a 5-frame window if they're crouching. Remy definitely doesn't need either of his TCs at all to function. They're both very highly specialized. I would even argue that the forward into roundhouse is nearly useless, if not useless outright. It doesn't really do anything. Urian's TCs are also quite useless. Towards strong is too shit of a normal. You'd rather just do the overhead by itself. Jab strong is okay, but usually not necessary. Jab strong is okay for Urian if you're using Super 1 or even Super 2 Urian, but Super 3 doesn't really need it at all. And everyone uses Super 3 Urian. It does give you a bit of charge time. The problem is you can't really do a whole lot with it. You can cancel it to tackle. EX tackle, I think. I don't remember if you can do a regular one. I think you can.
the heat of battle. Go for it.
And you can cancel it to Super 1. Ooh, look at that. That was cute. The jab into dash under. And then he was trying to catch Chun-Li tech in a throw, but she didn't. Remy's neutral jump is actually a mix-up with a throw. It sounds very strange to say, but if Remy gets next to you and throws you, then if you teched that throw, he could have neutral jumped and done neutral jump hard kick to punish your throw tech, and then he can land in super. Because his super is fast enough and his jump hard kick goes far enough down. That. It's a 50-50. It's a very silly 50-50 that Remy has because his jump hard kick is so fucking tall. The character who benefits most from charge positioning by far is Urian. Remy has like very small amount of abuse with it, mostly with jump hard punch. If you can charge partition, if you can't charge partition, Remy gets jump hard punch into flash kick. Like there, that actually would have been a time where he could have flash kicked. If you can charge partition, you can do jump hard punch and then cold blue kick, and then dash forward flash kick, and that gives you a cold blue kick in your combo. Aura basically doesn't benefit at all from charge partitioning. Alex benefits just a little tiny smidge. Chun-Li doesn't benefit at all. And I think that's all the characters with charge moves. Ooh. That's a rather interesting mechanic, but I'm not even sure. Most of the reason it's useful comes from a glitch.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
If it wasn't for left-right unblockables, oof, good walk. If it wasn't for left-right unblockables, most charge positioning for Urian wouldn't be that useful at all. That was a close hard kick. That actually confirms Remy's Super 2. It's a one-frame link, I think. You don't see that confirmed very often because it doesn't hit properly on a lot of characters. Most Remy players use a stay medium kick because it's kind of a better meaty. That was a failed close medium kick. Remy's anti-options are quite good hitbox-wise and even invincibility-wise if you're using flash kicks. And flash kicks are super vulnerable to parries, but 12 cannot air dash and then parry, which means that Remy's anti-airs actually do a lot of work in this matchup. 12 basically doesn't have to care at all about its fireballs, but Remy's okay for other reasons in this match. It's still not that bad. It's like probably almost even, but it's probably in Remy's favor. 12's neutral is still really good. That's like max damage without super. Isn't that strange? If you do any cancel into EX X, you lose hits. Like a bunch of hits, you lose like 3 or 4. And all your cancels, like, don't make up that damage. 12 is such a strange character. It's such a cool idea. This character would be very obnoxious if he was top tier. Hi ho. Bonk. Yeah, Axe pushes out quite a lot. Look at that cherry tap. Remy's cherry tap is weird. He just tips straight over.
Fighters ready.
You only have a few frames to hit him again. I don't see air X very often, but it's kind of neat that he can do that. I should give 12 air needle, where he hits you with a low while jumping. That would probably make him quite good, even if it was just his regular ass needle, but you could do it midair. He just puts his hands up and they go above the screen and then they come out of the ground. Genius, I know. Nice. That was a really good confirm. Basically, the fireball was not part of the confirm at all. It just extended the window that he could do a super cancel. So he did a button and then did the special move. And then by the time he was doing the special move, he saw that he hit with the normal. So we did the super cancel from the special move. And projectiles are the only attacks in Street Fighter that don't need to hit in order to super cancel. Yeah, see, that was close hard kick. It's not a bad meaty, but it doesn't hit properly against a lot of crushing opponents. It doesn't hit properly against all characters in general. So even though it does set up a super on hit, it's not great. This is so hard. He's got to do way too much damage for the amount of time that's left. Maybe light normals are actually pretty good. And as much as light normals are ever good in this game, which they usually aren't. But Remy has one of the best little sets of light normals of any character. His low short goes decently far and is fast. His low jab chains, which is most low jabs don't chain in this game. Chaining normals are very rare in this game. It's like Shoto's twins and Remy. I don't even know if the twins jabs chain. Yang's definitely do. Don't know about Yang. I feel like they do, but I'm not sure. Close fierce. And his little TC is kind of cool. Ooh. He can also combo a flash kick after lights, so he has a combo route. A lot of special moves don't combo from lights in this game. That might go over. Yeah, cool.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Needle's knocking down would be nice. Remy's mediums are alright too. His heavies are also okay. Some of his normals are really awkward. He's not Guile. A lot of his normals are just kind of generally useful. Whereas Guile has a huge slew of highly specialized normals. I shouldn't say highly specialized, although there are some specialized ones. Generally useful ones at the very least. Imagine if that hit properly as an ATR. Nice parry. Another super? I wouldn't. Well, depending on which version of the drill that can cross up or not, or rather he can land on either side. The drill itself will never cross up, I don't think. I'm pretty sure there's no cross-up drills. Pretty sure it's got no cross-up hitbox. Necro doesn't have a cross-up normal at all, midair. I don't think. Look at that, see how fast it recovered? He did the second one that time. I only got one hit. A lot of Remy's normals make you really wish you had Guile normals. Like Remy's low medium kick makes you wish you had Guile's low medium kick. Remy's low strong is basically Guile's low strong. It's like identical. It's like a mid-range cancelable normal that goes into his flash kick. Crouch fierce is actually a pretty damn good thing. Guile wishes he had that. I play a medium width character. Or is very short and slightly wide. Ooh. Makoto's a fatty. She might be the fattest character in the whole game. I think she is. Nice parry. That was a hard read. A lot of Dudleys don't go low there. Necro is so deadly when you're cornered, even if like you're a good character and he's a shit character. Once you're cornered, things just get really bad. He could have super cancelled that electricity. Ooh, there it is. He ended up with good meter too. All of Necro's super bars are super short. Even Super 2 is pretty short. Is that strong? Yep. This corner control. And a random super to get out. That can be kind of hard to punish, and Dudley kind of sucks at punishes like that. There's something slightly far away, and it's slightly minus. Dudley's kind of bad at punishing it. Oh, my work would be getting out right now. I got to leave early today. I wouldn't put him anywhere near top 3, but he's certainly quite threatening. He like scoots his way to like low end of high tier when you're cornered. Or maybe like the mid end of high tier. I would rather be cornered by a Necro than a Urian or a Yun. Ken and Ryu are pretty decent when they corner you too, but not amazing. Are not especially better than normal. Alex is quite scary when he corners you. Remy is a little bit scary. The throw into juggle is quite good. It does more damage than Necros, but less dizzy. Whoa! I read that post and I popped a little quarter chub. Hard spin. Yep. Back forward. No, he went for hard electricity. I think that's damage optimal on Sean, but there's no meter conversion. I don't think. He just went straight for all the damage he could. That might have been a punish on our landing frames. He would have cornered no matter what. He could have done, rather than doing heavy electricity, he could have done back medium kick into light, or medium spin knuckle into super. And even without super, he was going to end up in the corner with every single follow-up that he could have reasonably gone for. Nice. Stay strong. You got it. That can be a bit picky. Interesting wake up. By that I mean I can't believe that worked. Makoto's fat as fuck. Makoto is actually genuinely the widest character in this game. Makoto is slightly wider than Hugo. Q is actually quite narrow despite being incredibly tall. Alex and Urian are quite wide. Dudley's wide-ish. This matters quite a lot for Aura unblockable loops. The wideness of a character affects how easy it is and what kind of setup you do. hurt boxes, technically. Nice.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
He can kill here, but it would require another use of his super. He saved it. It's really not a bad idea to use it in that context.
Now.
He was good to not use it because he won anyway. But he was dead to a single Chun-Li super. And that can happen off of any low forward or any parry, or, you know. It was definitely a thing that could still happen. I like fighting Makoto. Makoto Oro is 5-5. It's not bad at all.
Final round. Go for
They
it.
both have shit that's unbelievably cheap against each other. But the neutral is, like, maybe a little bit in Nora's favor. Mac is a little bit better at comeback kind of stuff. It's, like, pretty even. Oro's got some cheap neutral. But Makoto does too. Makoto can make some cheap comebacks, but so can Oro. There's no juggle there. I think that normal does JP3. Yeah! 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 That was cool. He did a dizzy juggle. So for those who don't know, if the opponent gets dizzied mid-juggle, they still maintain their juggle numbers, but they can no longer get a reset.
Go for it.
So you can suddenly do some very silly looking juggles using normals that normally reset the opponent. Necro has some of the best abusive stun juggles of any character in the game. That was all style, there's like no practicality to that. Necro does have like practical versions. Odd. That was not a damage optimal juggle or anything though.
Are you ready? Go.
Uh oh. Super 2 is an interesting super. It's really good, but you can't combo it after low roundhouse. You can't combo it after an overhead. Nice.
Final round. Go for it.
Oh, it fell out. This can be quite hard to punish. He probably should have canceled that electricity into super. But a lot of people aren't really used to punishing that because you don't have to very often. Most of these don't pick the super. It seems to be growing in popularity. It's always been quite a good super. Oh, what a choke. He missed his first stun juggle, and then he missed his combo on the dizzy opponent.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Super 1 and Super 3 are damn near the same super for Dudley. Super 1 does a smidge more damage, and Super 3 charges a little bit faster. And stocks 3 instead of 2, which is usually not a big factor. So you'll have Super 3 a little bit more often than Super 1. And Super 1 hurts a little more, considering you're probably going to have a super for most opportunities that you get to land it. Super 1 will end up doing a little bit more damage overall. But what if you nearly have a super 1, it's like, well, I could have landed a super 3 here.
Are you ready?
One of the really big differences is that super 1 is a really, really easy to punish super. You can get like really, really high punish damage on it. And super 3, especially if it's a light super 3, Dudley has different versions for super 3. If it's a light super 3, it's really hard for a lot of characters to punish.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Dudley super 2 has some weird confirms. Because you can combat after some stuff that his other supers won't reach in time. Like distance-wise. Like, I think a couple of his TCs are like +3. So you can do stuff like, I forget the exact combos, and they might be character specific too. But you can do stuff like, let's say like, short, forward, strong, and then you can like link super. Or like stuff like that. He's got some TCs to link into super too. Oof.
Fighters ready. Engage.
It's back 4 getting thrown. Another risky parry, considering that could have been a car throw or a low forward. He woke up parrying high. Nice. This is death. More swaggy juggles. Max meter build. All the way with normals and then a pretty nice little punish.
Go.
A lot of Necros normals are super punishable. He's supposed to just not use those normals. This matchup doesn't fall apart even if he stops using every single normal that's super punishable. It's still like winnable for Necro. It's probably like 7-3, I wouldn't be surprised. It's not fun, but it's not that bad. Well, 7-3 is probably pretty bad for most everyone here. It might not be that bad, it might be like 6.5, 3.5. It's probably 7-3. I don't think it's 8-2. Chun-Li usually gets by on her excellent footsies, and Necros footsies are... they're there. Chun-Li doesn't just invalidate them. Nice. And his corner pressure against her is quite good because her reverse options are kind of shit. No, this is a matchup.
Battle. Go for it.
I think this is Necro's worst. He didn't mash electricity because he wanted to get an anti-air juggle. Oh, we got the pickup! That's like 1 frame. Crouch medium kick into activate into button on a standing opponent. That's really hard to get.
Are you ready? Go.
Necro does not like these dive kicks. Oh. Still got a lot of damage out of that too. Probably as much as he would have gotten with a... Ooh. Oh my god, it's back. Nice, he wasted a ton of time doing that. Never mind. That's probably punish. That was bad. That's red parry though.
You win.
Yun's cheap, man. Yun is a cheap motherfucker.
Are you ready? Go.
See how fast he got that super again? As soon as it ran out, he fucking had another one. It's because his post, his super, like, he only got stay medium kick. So he had, like, no scaling when he did another stay medium kick into shoulder into dash punch. And that whole little combo builds quite a lot of bar, especially unscaled. Nice. It's almost done. I throw my dizzy. Yeah, killed.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I think damage is too high in most fighting games, to be honest. Even this one. Wow, he mashed it. He mashed it on block. I like that. I respect that. That's a really tight juggle. I get my butt clenches every time I see a Yun go for that. It's not juggle. Stand strong into stand short is like a 1 frame link or 2. I think it's 1. And then you have to cancel it straight away into dash punch, which is very unsafe on block. Yun can combo stand strong into a knockdown, but it's like a super tight link into something very unsafe. That's the back throw. Look how much damage it did. Holy shit, that was the first hit, wasn't it? Them's fighting her damage is actually moderately high once you're playing it properly. Look, dude, look at Yun's health. Observe Yun's health. If Necro gets a punish throw on an opponent who's facing the opposite direction, he gets a special throw animation that does a shit ton of damage. It's the strongest throw in the whole game that's not a super. Pow. Necro can actually get that, as there's a bit of a quirk to it. He's got that the grab, the half circle forward kick where he like grabs your foot and then throws you over his shoulder. If that grabs a back turned opponent, it turns into that special back throw. The special back throw takes priority, and he can combo his half circle forward hard punch, the one that turns the opponent around. I think on crouching opponents that can go into the half circle forward kick and get the special back throw. This is kill. Oh, it fell out! That's why most people use back medium kick there, I think. Oh no. It wouldn't be bad for Yun to use the super here. I would probably do it. He didn't trust the super cancel that time. I mean the dash punch. Alright, good shit. Necro managed to get the little errant hit he needed. He was probably going to cancel the electricity into super. On block. See how wide Necro was during that spin? Get meter from getting comboed. I don't know. Meter build in general in this game is not really that fucked, I feel. Whiffing normals is... It's not a huge issue, but I think it's the supers themselves that are a problem. Yun Super 3 is too short. If that was a half screen super bar, it would be a much more fair super. I wouldn't fuck around with the meter build in this game. There's other things that need addressing first. Chun-Li would be almost... Chun-Li would drop to like a very fair character if she had a Super 2 that only stocked a single meter. That would just be a very nice change for her. Interesting. Nice. That's the combo. That one was slightly meaty, so it was easier, I think. Technically speaking, Chun-Li can super to punish a dash punch, but it's very hard to do. You might need to already be doing the super motion, and also you have to be close, and that was too far away. You don't have to be close, but you have to be like a little over half screen or closer. Aegis is actually very fair. I don't think I would make a single change to Aegis. Aegis doesn't need any fixing. Urian in general is a good place, in a good place. If this game gets rebalanced, they should use Urian as the basis, I feel. This should be able to kill. There it is.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Nice pickup. Tyrant Urian is not as good as Aegis Urian and therefore needs a buff. Yeah, RIP. Nah. When you get meter, when you get an unblockable, you get a decent amount of bar. But all that means is if you get two open, if you open the opponent up twice in a row, you get a third mirror.
Are you ready? Go.
But that's something that only happens if you even have two mirrors in the first place. And also only if you guess right on like both of them. It's like your reward for guessing right and then getting the conversions. That was not a good down towards our nose.
All right, that's cool.
Oh, it ended. Rip. I guess I'll watch this fucking Castle 09. These are soccer replays. I was told to review these and analyze them. Fortunately, I happen to play soccer myself. So let's make an analysis.